For movies, you may also enjoy looking at the beautiful works of art in Kuwait. Recently, famous Kuwaiti artist Isla presented a sculpture to the British Embassy. Here's Ahmed to tell you all about it.
The relationship between the state of Kuwait and United Kingdom is getting more stronger and stronger. Tonight we are here in the British Embassy to unveil the sculpture done by the Kuwaiti sculptor Ja'far Islah, commemorating those people who gave their souls and life to defend this honourable country during the Iraqi invasion of Kuwait.
It was Monday the 5th of December 1994 at 7 o'clock p.m. when the weekend crew went to the British Embassy located at Dasman by the Gulf Road to attend a ceremony to unveil a sculpture presented by prominent Kuwaiti artist Ja'far Islah. Mr. Ja'far is a versatile Kuwaiti artist whose works include not only sculptures and paintings but prints and murals as well, and studied architecture before concentrating in sculpture. Various government ministers and undersecretaries, members of the diplomatic corps, military officers, students of the arts and prominent members of the expatriate community have attended the ceremony. Around 7:30, His Excellency the British Ambassador, Mr. William Fulton, inaugurated the sculpture entitled "Nothing is Like Freedom," which is a tribute to all those who lost their lives in the invasion and liberation of Kuwait, particularly its martyrs. Mr. Fulton made a speech before the guests which filled up the British Embassy. He said that the sculpture is Ja'far's way of thanking those who fought for the liberation of Kuwait. He also mentioned about the British Embassy building and how he is delighted to say that it remained a symbol of the long association between Kuwait and the United Kingdom. Many Kuwaitis regale him with stories of walking and playing near the embassy when the shore offered something more calming than the roll of the Gulf Street. Then Mr. Fulton asked the crowd to go down to the sculpture for the unveiling.
Mr. Ambassador, with the revealing about the statue commemorating about those people who gave their lives defending this country during the Iraqi invasion, can you tell us about your feelings?
Yes, I'm delighted by the gift of the statue by Mr. Ja'far Islah, which was very generous. And it represents very vividly to us the value of having freedom and how awful it is to have lost it. So we feel that it's a very good idea also to have something commemorating the liberation and the invasion of Kuwait, to remind us of that event in those days. And so it will always be in our minds, and we're very happy about it.
I would like you to send a message using this channel to give those British family who lost their beloved ones during the invasion.
Yes, they have. We've had the pleasure and privilege of having them here, as you know, on 2 occasions. And I obviously met them and spoke to them then about my feelings for what they had done. And I think the message really is that it was a noble sacrifice. And when you see what Kuwait has done with the freedom that they've got back again, it makes it very much worthwhile, because Kuwait has made tremendous efforts to rebuild the country. It's hardly apparent that there was a war now, because so much work and effort has gone into getting things back to normal. And the Kuwaitis are relishing that freedom and using it interestingly and well. And so although it's a terrible thing for anybody to lose a member of their family, the sacrifice has also, it's nice to know that it's been worthwhile, that the freedom gained has been well used and wisely used, and that a blow has been struck against a tyranny that is almost unimaginable in its offensiveness.
Mr. Ambassador, if I may, let me move a little bit about the subject and about the statue and talk about one of the important issues for the Kuwaiti people, and it's the issue of the POWs and detainees held in the Iraqi regime jail. What does Great Britain stand for this issue?
We stand very strongly on the side, of course, of putting pressure on the Iraqis to get this problem resolved, and we've made that very clear. We constantly put pressure at the United Nations, in Geneva, and in every other forum, and we're very concerned about it. It's an agony to people to know that, not to know what has happened to their loved ones, and it's a terrible situation for them to be in. We have put pressure, we are putting pressure, and we shall go on putting pressure until that issue is resolved, and we hope it will be resolved happily.
The 3 to 4 ton sculpture, which is made of Jaisalmer stone and is now prominently displayed at the British Embassy gate, too have freed themselves. Half of the cell is a slab of the same Jaisalmer stone with the paintings of doves in flight. The inscription reads, "Nothing is like freedom, in memory of all those who sacrificed their lives for the liberation of Kuwait." When I was in front of the statue, I've talked to some of the guests, and I would like to thank His Excellency Sheikh Nasser Sabah, the Minister of the Diwani Amir, who gave me the opportunity to ask him this question.
With the revealing of this curtain about the statue, commemorating those people who gave their soul, protecting this honorable country, Your Excellency, can you tell us a word about this occasion?
What we have seen now and what His Excellency the British Ambassador with Mr. Ja'far Islah has revealed shows how these beautiful white doves, peaceful doves, are chained in a cage, and that shows how our prisoners of war, how our hostages are treated. May God bless them and bring them back peacefully to their beloved country.
The sculpture is full of symbolism, and it means a great deal to all of us here, and we're very grateful to the artist for remembering those who sacrificed their life for the liberation of Kuwait, and we're very grateful indeed.
It's a very interesting design. I've not seen one like it, and I'm still looking at it to appreciate it. I must say it's something completely new, and I'd like to see it in daylight, but it's a great work by the artist.
Mr. Gatan, since your sculpture, can you tell us about a word about this sculpture in front of you?
Well, I think it's a fine piece of sculpture, nice work, and I think the artist, when he made it, he meant what he wanted to I think he meant for freedom, for this cage. I think it might, you know, when Kuwait was, the Kuwaiti people who was in Kuwait, they were behind the bars, and after it's been also held by this kind of chain, and then after the freedom, you see the piece of pigeon start to fly away, and it's anyhow, I congratulate the artist Ja'far Islah for this piece of work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here and to see this the inauguration of this status. And as you know, we are appreciate very much all art activities, especially each arts which link the relationship between the Kuwait people and our alliances, and especially with Britain. And really I am proud to be here to see this status as artistic symbol to good real relation and between British people and Kuwaiti people. And I think we should all time encourage any kind of culture activity between the two countries.
Mr. Islah considered his work as a humble small work presented as a personal gesture to those British people for playing a big role in the liberation of Kuwait. The weekend program would like to thank the British Embassy for its sincere hospitality, and special thanks for Mr. Anthony Ball, the Second Secretary at the Embassy, for his full cooperation during and after the ceremony.
The state of Kuwait and its whole people would like to send their sincere appreciation to the government and the people of the United Kingdom for their support of Kuwait during and after the invasion. This is Ahmed Al-Bakhsami reporting for the weekend program.
Well, that's